I saw that this morning we have a brave people. They wake up early to come to assist to my presentation with Grafcom about our latest technologies. And let me introduce myself. I know that Vasilis make it perfectly. My name is Victor Abergel. I'm the Executive Vice President of MGI. A family company created since 1982. So today the topic of our presentation will be the Alphajet, the Factory 4.0 for the packaging industry, and I will have the pleasure to introduce you the opportunities that this technology can bring to your daily business. First, let's have a quick overview of the MGI background. Company have been created in 1982. I'm one of the founders with my brother of the MGI group. Since we had a long milestone, meaning in 1991, we have launched our first digital press on the market. At this time, we was the only company who bringing the digital technology to the graphic art industry. No Xerox, no Kodaks, no Canon were there. We had the vision of the benefit of the digital technology to the graphic art industry. 2006 have been a very important step for MGI. We have been listed on the stock market. Today, the value of the company is around 400 million euro, and we are celebrating 16 years of listing on the stock market. 2008 Drupa, we have introduced the first digital inkjet press dedicated for the embellishment. We understood very quickly that the inkjet technology can be a very important driver on the technology, but for the embellishment especially. We understood as well that the printing will become a commodity, and today it is the reality. Printing is a commodity. How to make the difference for your customers. 2011, we were starting to make some acquisition in Europe. The first one was a German company located in Stuttgart. We have over there 7,000 square meters, and this company became our factory for all the mechanics and cabinets of our products. 2013, we have done a second acquisition in France, a spin-off of the French scientific center. That's this company is specialized on the printed electronic applications, and you will understand why we have done this acquisition in 2013. 2014, we have invented the digital hot foil technology. What does it mean? Meaning the hot foil stamping digitally. That was totally revolutionary. And since we have a lot of companies trying to copying us, but we are leading the market with all those technologies. 2015, we have launched our product for the label and flexible packaging industry, the Jet Varnish 3D Web roll-to-roll. That's as well to open our range of product to the market. 2016, a very important step in our company. We signed a very important strategic alliance with Konica Minolta International. Today, Konica Minolta International distributing our product all over the world, except for certain products. As today we are coming, Grafcom, we are working since 1995 together. So you see, a long time ago. And we are very proud to be a partner and friends for the Greek market. And 2020, unfortunately, the COVID gave not us the capabilities to show our product at Drupa, the latest development of MGI, the Alphajet technology. Alphajet technology, you will see, is a concentration of knowledge of MGI embedded in one single equipment. So let's have a quick overview of who we are. MGI is 300 people in the company. We have 110 R&D engineers with 20 PhD doctors dedicated on a different segment for electronical, mechanical, chemicals, opticals. So in order to be independent on all our development, we are investing every year 15% of our turnover on the R&D. That's very important. That gives us the capabilities to stay on the edge of the technology and to bring to the market new solutions. And 90% of our turnover is made outside of the country. So meaning we are definitely orientated to the international. We are counting today more than 3,000 customers all over the world for our different technologies. And we are very proud of it. It was a long way to achieve that. And today we can, with humility, saying that MGI is a player on the graphic art industry. We have launched 18th generation of digital printing press on the market since 1991. So as you can understand, we are not a rookie, we are not just a beginner or new player in the market. We are existing on this market since almost 35 years. We have launched 8 generations of digital inkjet press dedicated to the embellishment. And we will understand what is the importance of the embellishment on the packaging industry. 3rd generation on the roll-to-roll market, mean label and flexible packaging. And today I'm very proud to introduce you the 1st generations of the Alphajet. Alphajet development took us almost 15 years. We're starting to show our beta product at Drupa 2012. So you can imagine the long way to achieve this product. We had a lot of challenges to solve. We took some directions, unique and very, I would say, innovative solution to bring to the market a very efficient technologies. When I'm saying that we are covering the market with a wide range of product, we are coming from the A3 Plus for small and medium-sized company in the graphic art, up to the B1 size for the industrial printing company, and as well for the roll-to-roll for the label industry. We are the only company in the world today who can offer such a wide range of product dedicated for the embellishment process, digital embellishment process. How we are deployed in Europe. The main operation headquarters is in Paris. We have 11,000 square meters over there, where we have our warehouse, R&D department, showrooms, chemistry department. We have our German company, Corapakmat MGI, for manufacturing all the cabinet and the mechanics of our equipment. We have in Strasbourg an IT company with 25 IT engineers to develop all the software and the cloud solutions that I will introduce you later on. We have in Tours our electrical factory for all the wiring, electrical cabinet for the equipment, and in Limoges, Serradrop, now fully dedicated to the Alphajet. 2022, a very challenging year. We had 2 years of COVID, where the world stopped totally. We were stuck at home, no travel, no meetings with customers. We discovered the Visio conference, very helpful. Yes, that's sure. But I'm so happy to see you again face to face, because a long time we was not allowed to travel. But as soon as the COVID was, let's say, managed today. We had a new problem coming on the market with the war in Ukraine, who challenging the economy strongly today. And we have to face now different problems. We saw that on the, I will say, manufacturing challenge for 2022, 6 major items, and especially as well for the graphic arts. What are the items? The human resource, first. Very complicated to hiring new talent in companies. That's something struggles and everyone, and when I'm meeting any companies, the first topic coming on the table that, yes, we have a lot of difficulties to hiring new people. That's clear. To hiring new talents. Why? Due to the COVID as well, young generation changing this mind. They don't want anymore to be stuck on the conventional equipment. They want something more intelligent, more adapted to their generation. The second problem, the energy. Energy is becoming a real issue. Cost of electricity. That's today, we saw that increased by 30, 40, 50% and becoming a daily problem for everyone. We have some customers who are manufacturing paper. They shut down the factory due to the cost of the electricity. Can you imagine the cost of the electricity obliged them to shut down the company momentarily because the cost of the energy is too high? The third one, very important, the increase of the raw material. Today, when I'm talking with you and with customers, they told me they're ordering paper and they knowing the cost when the truck arrived in the company, not before. They have an idea, but the real cost is done when the truck arrives in the company. So with that, how to be able to make a quote to customers according to the new price of the raw material and the substrate. Ecology, very important. If you turn on the radio, the TV, everyone talking about green, green, green. And that's clear. What will be the next world that we will let to our kids? How to protect the planet? Thanks to the Alphajet, you will see that it was one of the drivers during our development to bring to our customers an eco-friendly solution. The automation and digitalization. Yes, today everyone is looking how to reduce the breakdown in the company, how to reduce the cost of labor in order to facing the cost of increase for the raw material, of the energy, but as well to staying profitable. And the last but not the least, how to generate profitability. Profitability is the main driver for you. At the end of the year, how much I will have on my P&L? What will be the profit of the company? So, having said that, let's start in the presentations. Let's talk about the Industry 4.0. I'm sure that you heard about it. This concept has been developed in Germany and in the European community in 2003. What is the base of this concept? How to bring automatization with personalization on the mass production, with a very important point, generations of added value. This is the concept of the Industry 4.0. I will tell you something more. Today, the European community opened a special fund called Industry 4.0 to finance all over the Europe company who is investing on equipment who answering to the definition of the Industry 4.0. So keep that in your mind when you are investing on your new equipment, gentlemen and ladies, that you can ask for subvention from the European community as long that you are bringing automatization on your production process with generation of added value. So when we say that, what are the impact on the conventional factory? You see on the left, this is the conventional process. What does it mean? Mass production of a static product in a large factories, processes and planification based on anticipation and stock, and today is becoming a real problem. To stock raw material, you know that the cost is very heavy. So you are mobilizing your cash flow on this stock. Cost reduction, focus against added value. What does it mean? When I'm producing a large quantity of product, customer negotiating the price. So I have to sacrifice my profit to bring, let's say, an acceptable cost to the customers. And no flexibility, meaning you cannot stop the production when someone asks you a rush production with a short run. So that's impossible. On the opposite of this very rigid process, the Industry 4.0 bring to the industry the smart factories with flexible productions of added value product at a competitive cost. That's very important. What does it mean, flexible production? You can stop a production to let a very important one for a customer. You can do short and medium run. You can prototype. That's the interest of the Industry 4.0. To be dynamic, on-demand, customized production, because personalization becoming a driver in the industry as well. Optimize the investment by having a good ROI, a return of investment, and flexibility in the organization and production. And this Industry 4.0 is a good, I will say, process to attract new talent in the companies, because young generations want to have computers, software, electronics, and so forth, and not working anymore on the static product. So when we understood the benefit of the Industry 4.0, let's see more specifically on the packaging industry what kind of issue we identified, not me, but the very important survey analyst office on the graphic art industry. And we identify 3 major issues in the packaging industry. One is how to reduce the environmental impact, how to be more green, how to eliminate some substance as a plastic. Today, free plastic becoming a very serious topic of the brand. You know, I'm flying this afternoon to Monaco for LuxPack. I have a lot of meetings over there, and I'm meeting big brands, very famous brands. Now, they're asking no more plastic in their packaging. So that's something that you have keep in your mind. Why? Because that's related to the environmental impact. How to reduce your production cost, how to be more profitable. And the last but not the least, added value for branding by bringing printed sensorial effect. So those 3 major issues on the packaging industry will be reviewed during the presentation to give it to you some paths to understanding maybe where you have to go or which technology have to be integrated on your operation. First, we manufacturers are pushing strongly the market with new printers, with new applications, with new materials. And the brands changed their mind. They're reducing the size of the orders. In the past, they had the habits to give it to you in orders for 100,000 million pieces. Now they prefer to fragment those orders by 100,000 every month, and maybe between two orders to changing some data on the print. But as well, they linear the supply chain, because if you have a problem with the stock, they have the same problem. They won't reduce their stock. They won't be on demand to the market. And they ask for differentiations. I'm sure that you are talking with your customers every day, and the main question is how I can be better than my competitors on my packaging. Because the packaging is the most important. The product, it is, but the packaging is 60% on the engagement of the buyer of the product. So how to make the difference? We will see that today. And we saw that offering different print sensorial experience to consumers increase brand, that's very important, brand impact and engagement by 70%. And that's what we are seeing, because the brand told you today, I don't know, here, prints is a commodity. How I can do my difference on my packaging, how my product can be identified faster on the shelf, how I can bring the customer around my product. A very famous university in Chicago made a buyer behavior analysis. They took a simple packaging and a packaging with embellishment. All right? They put it on the shelf. Did you hear me? They put it on the shelf, sorry. And what they saw that the product with the packaging with an embellishment have been identified twice faster than the standard product, just by the embellishment. More than the product have been identified twice faster, but the attention held on the product increased by 21%. And guess what? As long that you're keeping a product on your hand, more chance you have to buy it. So we understood that, and the brand understood very quickly, that the driver of the industry is printing, sure, but definitely is the embellishment. Embellishment making the difference on the packaging, bringing customer around it and increasing their sales, because at the end, the unique driver for increasing the sales is the packaging. Well, according to that, few numbers. The digital embellishment grows by 27%. Why this two-digit growth on the digital embellishment? Because you understood that the conventional process is long, costing, and not easy to implement. Thanks to the digital technology, we can prototype the embellishment very quickly with no overhead cost. We can make short run, even large run. We can integrate personalization on, and with all these benefits and advantages, market adopting now the digital embellishment process. Another numbers, 30% of the total print of promotional digital and offset pages received an embellishment process on. 1/3 of the market is with the process of the embellishment. It's very important. You cannot stay away of 1/3 of the market. And especially on the packaging industry, this is mandatory. Let's see how we can bring to you some solutions in order to automatize all the process. We have imagined the Alphajet in 2008. Took us 15 years to develop the product. And we introduce you today the single pass factory 4.0. What does it mean, single pass? Single pass meaning we're starting from a digital file that the customer sends it to you. We connect your website or your pre-press department directly to the machine. We can print CYMK on any substrate. We can add spot varnish, flat and 3D. We can also apply digital hot foil process. And the beauty of the things, we are eco-friendly. So today, I'm not introducing you a technology. I'm introducing you a concept of the full factory single pass process. We help you to accelerate your upcycling strategy. What does it mean? We are with you to become green and to claim to your customer, to the brand, that the process that you are using is an eco-friendly process. And that's very important because now they're asking more and more for this process. In fact, the Alphajet have been certified MGI. What does it mean, MGI? We can de-inking all the inks on the paper, but as well the varnish and as well the foil. So we are fully green. We can recycle the paper used for the packaging. This is something very important. We are using water-based ink for the CYMK print, meaning we are compatible for the Swiss regulation. We are HR certified for the food printing applications. Our varnish is without solvent. We are the inkable and the foil as well. So here, a quick information about the MGI process. MGI process meaning from the printing process, we are able to take over the paper, to de-inking the paper, and to recycle the pulp of the paper for other applications. To be more, let's say, clear, we can de-inking the CYMK ink. We can de-inking as well. We have developed an OPV function. What does it mean, OPV? Overprinting varnish, to replace the lamination. No more plastic. We have a function with the same, I would say, the specification of the laminations with our varnish. So no more plastic on your packaging. We can de-inking the 2D and tactile spot varnish up to 200 micron. We can as well de-inking the foil on the substrate. This is the first technology who have been certified for the global process. Well, when we have that, what are the global benefits of the process? Very quickly, no cleaning in between jobs. That's very important. No waste. We are working on the closed circuit. We are rejecting no fluid outside. We are using a water-based CYMK ink, an eco varnish with no solvent, a green hot foil. We reducing drastically the waste and the electrical consumption. And thanks to the digital technology, we have no single-use consumables. What does it mean? No aluminum, no plates, no screen, no cliché, no dyes. Directly from a digital file. If I have to, okay, you will tell me, Victor, thank you for the information, but what does it mean for us? That's meaning, first, we're reducing by 600% the waste on the global process to produce a packaging, from printing, from the screen application, the digital hot foil, and the laminations. We reduce by 600% the waste. At the end of the year, the cost of the paper increasing every day. We are talking about hundreds of thousands of euros saving. We are reducing the labor cost by 78%. How I can do that? You will see during a conversion process, we have between 4 to 7 breakdown from the CTP, the offset press, the screen press, the hot foil press, the lamination press. You will see with the Alphajet, we are reducing that by 1 or 2 operators instead of 6 to 8. So that's very important. No more single-use consumables. No cliché, no dies, no plates, no whatever. The carbon footprint reduced by 60%. And the floor space by 47%. And the last but not the least, the cost of the electricity by 30%. 30% on the overall. Did you calculate what is the impact on your cost production of the electricity today? Have you been able to report this cost to your customers? I'm not sure. That's the problem. Customer will accept 5, 6, 7% increase, but 30%, no way. That's a real issue. So this is for the conventional process versus the Alphajet. What can be the other benefit of the Alphajet that can bring to you? Here we have an inert packaging. Inert packaging meaning, all right, the packaging is there, we have an embellishment on. How we can transform this inert packaging on the smart packaging. Wow, what does it mean, smart packaging? Thanks to the Alphajet, we will be able to bring from an inert a smart packaging application. What does it mean, a smart packaging application? We can generate dashboard from the machine with cloud and data collections for you to analyze the cost of production, the OEE of the machine. What does it mean? The over efficiency of the product. We can have also the analysis per shift on the machine, but that's the minimum. We can have an interactivity with the packaging and the phone. We have developed IoT applications and by the printed electronic to transform the inert packaging on the smart packaging. We can communicate with the phone of the customer of your customers. And from that, we can starting to collect information on when the product has been sold, by whom, what is the profile of the customers. Can you imagine how many billions every year brands are spending to collect such a data? When they are launching a product, most of the time, they get the information 6 to 8 months later. With the printed electronic and the smart packaging, we can be alive in the data collection with the customers and the brand. We can also integrating on the packaging, light, sound. So to transform an inert packaging on something very attractive, a nice catcher for the buyer. We have as well for the finishing the possibility to apply 2D and tactile effect with varnish and spot. And the last but not the least, we can increase the security against the counterfeit product for the brands with using very specific ink, with having printed electronic information in the product to grant to the customer that he's buying an original. Well, here some information from Smithers Epira. From the inner to smart packaging, definitely we increase the engagement of the consumers. We increase very significantly the buying act by the consumers. We turn 2.5 billion mobile as a tool to communicate with you and the brand. 2.5 billion mobile can start to become one of the tools to communicate with the packaging and the smart packaging. We have developed this smart intelligence to the printed electronic on the paper, and that's why we made the acquisition of this company, Ceradrop, in 2030. Took us almost 10 years to integrate the knowledge of this company on our common platform. So, and you have other applications like reducing food waste with intelligent component and so forth and so on. So, it's exactly what I was saying you before. Brands are spending billions and billions on the data collection, R&D, production, sales rep, merchandising, advertising. But at the end, what is the most important? Okay, they're spending all these things. At the end, the most important, the most crucial point is there, the packaging. This is what the customer will buy. Clear, some product, you're buying the name, you're buying the product because you're using it since whatever, but most of the time, an analysis has been done. When the packaging gives a luxury appearance to the product, the buyer took it. When even the product is on a lower quality from the competition. Well, when we understood that you are in the core of the industry, the packaging industry, clearly the embellishment becomes something very sensible for you and for your customers. Well, as I told you, with the printed electronic, we can collect and treating data. You see here is one of the applications that we have developed for a very famous perfume brand, okay? With, in the box, we have a printed electronic circuit imprinted on the paper. The customer can be connected, can put his profile on the applications, and the brands will have the age of the buyer, if it is a male or female, and where did he buy the product. Live. That's something making the revolution on the packaging industry. Now you have as well the interactions with the customers. Interaction because we have developed as well application that you can record a message. You're buying a perfume for your wife, you can record a message, and when she receives the box, with the code bar or the printed electronic, she can get the message on his mobile. It can be a video, can be whatever, but that's an interactivity between the product and the users. And the last but not the least, to protect the brands against the counterfeit. How we can do that? Because today, the gray market is a real problem. You have the original and you have the counterfeit. Thanks to the technology that we can bring to customers different solutions made on the printed electronics, on the intelligent UV ink, who can be read only on the black light, okay? So that's important. by having security foils as well, okay? Or, and the last, by generating holograms on the Alphajet. We can print holograms, we can generate holograms. Well. So you see what can be on the top of the single pass concept 4.0 of the Alphajet, the interest of the smart packaging in our industry. And make a test, talk to your customers, asking them, what do you think if I can make something smarter on your packaging? And you will see the reaction they are willing to pay for. They are looking for such application. We talk with companies for a mass consumption product. I talked to Coca-Cola. Can you imagine Coca-Cola want to have interactivity with the customer? Yes. It is the product who is sold every second in the world, the most important sales in the world. And they are looking for such applications. So when we are in the Lux market or other markets, healthcare market as well, that's very important. So it is a global overview for the packaging industry. And then now let's talk about the Alphajet a little bit more deeper. As I told you before, you have on the left the conventional process in the factory, from the warehouse of the paper, the pre-press department. I prepare the plates. I send the plates to the offset department. I bring the paper to the offset printing. We are printing. After, we're moving the paper to the offset department, to the screen printing department, to the hot foil printing department, to the lamination, and to the cut. Thanks to the Alphajet, with one or two operators, I can do all the operation directly from the digital file. I print, I do the embellishment online, meaning varnishing and foiling. And I get a semi-finished product and laminate. Sorry, I forgot as well, and laminate. And I get my product ready to be cut, die cut, or whatever. Well, it's exactly what I'm showing you here. I'm starting from a blank substrate. I'm printing CYMK water-based inks. I'm doing the spot UV coating digitally, flat or 3D. I'm doing the digital hot foiling process, flat or 3D, and applying the lamination, and I'm getting a printed embellished product. So, finally, as you can see, in one operation, I accumulated those three processes, okay? With no plates, no screen, no dies, no cliché, no single-use consumables. If I'm looking about the specification of the machine, we're talking about 1800 B1 per hour, but B1 with printing, varnishing, and foiling, okay? We can manage from 135 GSM up to 2 millimeter thickness paper substrate. So I can print on paper, on folding carton, on E-flat substrate, okay, directly on the machine. I don't need to have a dedicated offset for carton or folding carton and for paper. Here, I can do that directly on the Alphajet. I have the highest definition printing on the market, 1600 DPI by 1600 DPI. We have developed on our inkjet heads a technology for one drop. We have 5 nozzles. In case of one nozzle is damaged, we have 4 backup to grant that the drop will be ejected, okay? And we have the digital embellishments for the spot UV, 2D and tactile, and the hot foil, 2D and tactile. So what we can generate in terms of effect with the Alphajet for the embellishment. I can print, no problem. We cover 90% of the Pantones with our CYMK process water base, okay? And we can generate all those effects, as you are seeing on the screen, between the 2D and the 3D spot UV, textured effect, braille, we can do the braille online. We can have as well for the digital hot foil application, flat hot foil, raised hot foil, and we can generate the embossing effect as well for the foil and the holograms. So you see, with one technology, with one operator, I can manage the print, the screen printing, and the digital hot foil. And thanks to the technologies, I can do it that's on the 200 GSM paper or 1.2 millimeter paper carton with no problem. So you see here, in fact, we're replacing all those different conventional equipment, lamination, offset printing, screen printing, digital hot foil process, proofing, and so forth and so on, by one technology. That's why we told you we're reducing by 78% the labor cost. Instead to having 6 to 8 people operating different machines, I can have 1 to 2 operators for all the process. Instead to wasting 300, 400 sheets per job, I will have 3 to 4 sheets wasted for the same job. At the end of the year, those saving labors, papers, inks, foil, by reducing the waste, representing a real amount that you can take in consideration. What kind of substrate? Substrate, we can handle paper from 135 GSM to 2 millimeter, okay? Folding carton, e-flute cardboard, and some synthetic substrate. This is the hardware. We have developed around the hardware a suite of software to make the life easier for the operator and easier for the owner. What does it mean? We have developed a complete suite of software. First, for your sales force. For your sales force, we have developed what we call the MGI catalog. MGI catalog is a 3D augmented reality catalogs showing to your customers all your product, but also all the technology that you are managing. You can put on this catalog the product that you are doing through a software that we have developed, and customer can see in 3D the reality of the product face to face. On the top of that, we have developed a software we call Approve. What does it mean? The Approve software, you receive the file from the customer, you load it on the Approve. From a flat file, the product, we build the packaging in 3D. But the most important, you can be live on discussion with your customer on the project, and you can do modification on live on the product. Customer won't change the color of the foil, he won't change the thickness of the varnish, the color, whatever. You can do that, and at the end of the discussion, instead to make a prototype, send it back and forth with the customers, you can get what we call a digital approval. We test it, it is very efficient. More on, you can plug the catalog on your web site, and customers as well, if they are loading file, can get a vision of their product. So it's a very advanced solution to help you to promote your product and your technologies. The dashboards are very important. You can extract from the Alphajet how many pages have been printed, what is the consumption of inks, what is the consumption of varnish, of foil, what is the efficiency of the operator in one shift, in order to make your own calculation and analysis. But on the top of it, we have also a software called cost evaluations, who's giving to you the cost prediction without the paper for the job. We know how many drops of things were used for the jobs, the number of drops for the varnish, and the square meters of foil. So you get an automatic cost calculation so that you can put that on your administrative department and use it to make a quote to your customers. Applications, very simple. We have applications on the folding carton, luxe, cosmetic, tobacco, healthcare, and so forth. So all those applications are handled by the Alphajet, but as well on the commercial printing. You can print brochures, manuals, book covers, gift cards, whatever. On the very specific applications, for example, cards, as well, due to the high printing resolution, we can also have all the photos applications, okay? And let me show you now the video of the machines in order to close my presentations. Thank you very much for your attention, and please enjoy the video. As you can see, is a complete factory, 150 square meter footprint. Ευχαριστώ.